Yep, yep. Y'all know what it is. Yeah. I know it's holiday. You guys are all out. You're doing what you got to do on the holiday. Maybe, uh, except for maybe one person that I know of. Maybe a couple of people, but most of y'all probably out on your holidays and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I am. I got to. I don't have to, but I'm gonna probably. I am going to start with the usual, brain games. I know y'all hate the brain games. Oh man, he gonna ask questions again about something. That's what I gotta do. Gotta do what you gotta do, man. That's what I gotta do. I gotta ask the questions. So the brain game, to see where y'all at. Oh, camera went down, but it's still good. I want to see where y'all's at. We have a short discussion or whatever. I want to bring up some other things, but I'll just hold off. Maybe we'll start. Maybe we'll start the next discussion or whatever. Maybe if the time permits. That's if I feel like staying in here. But right now, yeah, I'm gonna. I'll just wait. I'll wait for you guys to get in here. See what you guys is talking about. See what we all talking about. What we talking about? What's going on in the boxing? Not just what's going on, but I want to get a little deeper into it to so we don't sit there being deceived, because if you're getting tricked, it's because you only look at the now picture. You only look at stuff like right now. That's what you're looking at. Like right now, he said, she said. That's why you get tricked. And so I'm trying to keep y'all from getting tricked. I'm trying to keep myself from getting tricked. So we got to explore back a little bit. But anyway, y'all come on in. Uh, Join the Eagles Web, discussion. I'm not gonna. I'm probably not going to, stay that long, because you guys got to enjoy your holidays and stuff. So I'm probably not gonna stay on just like a long time. It all depends. I guess certain people come in and start trouble. So if you come in and be a troublemaker, then I might have to end up staying in here, just so I can clear up any trouble that somebody decides they want to bring up in here. So we can do it that way. But I'm gonna hold on just a second. Uh, y'all come on in, have a seat, wherever you at. Sit down. Sit down, enjoy. Let me try to. I'm gonna try to look for a few things. Uh, this so we can see. You have to keep it on a certain level, so people don't try to hide out. That's right. I'm quiet because I'm trying my best to see something, and I'm not catching everything I need to catch. But anyway, I gotta look for um, a different source. Just a different source. Yeah, and I found something pretty interesting. But we know just we just know offhand. A lot of us we already know offhand. A lot of What I'm gonna bring up today. I see Derek Bailey. Salute to Derek Bailey out there. Um, is some of the things that that we're probably overlooking. We're probably overlooking a few things that we shouldn't overlook. And like I said, because everybody has discussions. We go through these different discussions, and we talk about this boxing, and we say that we're fans, we love boxing, and all this type of stuff. But we got to realize that it's a participant sport also. So what about the participants? Are we just like head over heels? Are we crazy about these participants? Or do we have to be? We got to be a little bit hard sometimes. I feel. Excuse me. Because we have to be in a point to where we're looking at you like, okay, you're a good fighter, but I don't really know you like that. Sorry, that's just what it is. We just don't. I don't know you. I know of you, but I just don't know you like that. But we're gonna back it up a little bit further, and I got the right person in here at least. My mod, Derek Brady's in here. I got the right person to bring up certain subjects with. I can't bring certain things up with everybody because they lose their damn mind. So, oh, here you go again. But a question out there. That's trivia. We're gonna call it trivia because everything is like trivial. That's why we call it trivia, because it's trivial. In other words, most most of the stuff we talk about, it doesn't really amount to what we wanted to. Hold on, just 1 second. Yeah, that's all we need on the holiday is a bunch of stupid spam calls and stuff like that. Now, where was I? Okay, so since we taking stuff back, let's take it back. Let's do it the right way. Let's take it back and just realize where we're at today. Where you're at today. Um, I'm I'm a big thinker. You guys already know that, so I think a lot about stuff. And they always come up with these different things, Derek Bailey, in audience. They come out with things where they say that there's some kind of lost civilization or something like that. And as a child, we fall for that, and we believe that. But as an adult, do you still believe that lost civilizations? Do you really believe that lost civilizations, or are they moved civilizations? Did somebody just moved, or did complete cultures did really just got wiped out, or did complete cultures disappear? That's like they just all of a sudden disappear. Were they destroyed? Did they move? So you got choices. Did they move? Were they destroyed? Did they get wiped out or what? Second question. That's compounded, right? Okay, so the second thing, um, when they come up with it, when they talk about ancient ruins and stuff like that. Okay, so now you got ancient ruins. Okay, like everybody knows, like Colosseum and stuff like that. So where did the people go? Same thing. Were they destroyed? Did they just all of a sudden just left the earth, or what happened to the people? Are the people, the ancestors, are the people, the other generations still living right around those ruins? And how is some of the ruins still standing and some not standing? So they made one side of the building stronger than the other side of the buildings? Is that how that's how ancient technology works? Is that some sides of the building are stronger than other sides of the building? Is that how it works? I see out there, Yasser Hussein. So that's how it works. So when you see a structure standing up real strong, you see it like an old ancient structure just standing up, and one side is all tore up. So that one side they didn't craft it the same way, but we do. So we craft stuff. So it doesn't matter if we craft something. Say for instance, you got like a barn or garage attached to the house. It still stands even if something happens, right? If the house falls, the garage is probably gonna fall. Sometimes you see the garage still standing and the house gone, even though it seemed like it would have been a weaker structure, right? So what happens to all these? What happens to all these civilizations, and what happens to all these buildings and stuff? And then you can listen to my point after you decide that you want to comment, and then you can. Then I'll give you my side. I'll give you a different side. Then you'll see where I'm at. You'll see where I'm at. Because even though you don't think this is boxing talk, it's still relative what we're talking about, the subject matter. The subject matter is, where did all the ancients go? All the ancient civilizations, what happened? Are they among us right now? Did every ancient civilization just get wiped off the earth? And the ruins, what happened? Why is one part is like, you look at certain structures, and just like I brought this up before, people hate this. And I like that you hate this. Is you'll see a certain structure with all the faces blown off of them. So did that just happen? Did the faces just, they weren't good at sculpting, so faces just fall out. Eyes never fall out, but noses and lips always fall off all these structures. Ears. Matter of fact, a lot of times ears don't even fall off. But the sculptures back there, they're sculpted in stone, and that stone you could see a stone in nature, like a big stone, and you see like a little piece on that stone that looks like it's about to fall, but it won't. It'll just sit right there. But once you carve into the stone, it just, I don't know, disappears. What about the one in Wyoming, right? Where they got all the presidents up there, right? The monument, right? The presidential monument up there. Any noses or ears fall off of any of those? Their technology was better, and they're using rougher equipment. They're using power equipment, but none of the noses just fell off. Yeah. But I know, and see, the thing is, I'm not expecting. I want like a little bit of an answer if you guys can't. But if you don't have an answer, don't worry about it, because you can be surprised what I say. You may be surprised. You may not be surprised, but then again, you may be surprised. And what's it got to do with what's it got to do with boxing? Did you read the title? This is about knowing. That's what it's about. So the question is about knowing. It's about knowing that. See, I've been messing with you guys enough that I even know you to an extent, right, Derek? So Derek would come in, and I get relieved. D-Lo 404 come over, and I'll get relieved because they have certain points. Gil Cole will come in, and I'll get relieved, but then he'll stress me out because he'll just start leading Yasser Hussein astray, and that's not what I'm trying to have. the discussion. Now, why would I bring up something like that and today for today? And I see you guys are like this, probably scratching your head. You're probably thinking like, I mean, and you're like, I don't want to be wrong. It's not really going to be a wrong answer because it's open, but it's open for debate. Is what it is. Is open, but when I give you the answer, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, it makes sense. Um, a lot of people don't believe in the Bible, and I don't like to try to get, like, I don't try to get like too deep into the Bible on the show. This is a show. But sometimes Bible prophecy comes true. I mean, it makes sense in today's society. Now, one saying that they do have in the Bible says this: "There's nothing new." See, that gets you right there. Nothing new under the sun. So, and when they say under the sun, what are they talking about? They're talking about on earth. We didn't say anywhere else. It might be something new somewhere else, but under the sun, which is the earth, is considered under the sun. Even though we think that we're actually revolving around the sun, we're under the sun. We're not going around the sun. You can't go around something and be under it. This don't make sense. That makes more sense to me. So, under the sun, nothing new. So we look at the ruins and stuff, and Derek Beatty, I'm looking, go way down to the bottom. Derek Beatty says they shot the noses off in Egypt. And I hear stories like that. But even if they shot the noses off, beat the noses off or whatever, but why are the noses? And sometimes, and every once and then sometimes you see ears, but not very often. But what happened is, oh shit, we better start getting the ears too to make it look more ancient than what it is. But we know stuff stands the test of time if you leave it alone, because the earth consumes certain things slower than it does others. And yes, you have a real rainy area. If you have a rainy area, water will just tear everything up. Water is a destroyer. Water is everything, man. Water is life, but it's also death too. Without the water, bye. So the water's death. But since you guys didn't touch on it, but here's my side. Hear me out. So I brought up there's nothing new, right? So think about it. You got buildings that are half here and half gone. What happens? I see down there Gil Coles is up here. He says something equals well. So what happens when today, if something gets old, what happens? What happens? If there's an old building in your neighborhood that's dilapidated, what happens to that building? See, I'm going to let you answer it for yourself. See, you're going to answer it all for yourself. You see what I mean? You're going to answer it for yourself. It's easy. It's very simple. You're gonna answer it for yourself. Is that when there's an old building, somebody comes and tears it down, or people come and they tear it down. A group tears it down. The same thing. Now, everybody knows about the towers, right? They came down, right? They got tore down, one way or another. If you believe that a plane did all that damage, then go ahead. A plane knocked a building down. Just ask you a simple question. A plane versus, I know people really believe in this kind of stuff, but think about a plane. The weight and power of a plane, any plane, versus a building that's been standing like that, a huge building like that. A plane that's made out of aluminum. Aluminum goes through a building. Aluminum goes through a building. Aluminum. No matter how fast you throw aluminum, think about it. Aluminum goes through a building. Just think, if you took aluminum can, just think about it. You took aluminum can, you filled it with concrete, and you threw it as hard as you can, or you shot it out of a cannon into a steel beam. Would it go through the beam? Or would all the particles from the cement just explode out, and then the can just kind of explode out and some of it just crushed? Now, I'm not trying to get into a debate about that, but I'm saying that All this stuff what they call ruins and all that shit's torn down. It's torn down because you build new. That's what you do. Even if you make a temporary shelter, what happens? It's already your nature to like, okay, so I'm gonna build another place. Animals do the same thing. They abandon a nest to make a bigger nest or a better nest. To make a bigger nest. That's what happens. So these ancients, when they act like something's ruined or they just found something they found a long lost civilization and stuff, it's just these people either, you got to take it to yourself, for yourself. These people either moved, they got destroyed, and all civilizations couldn't have been destroyed. They said, where the Mayans at and stuff like that? Where's the Aztecs? They still here. They didn't just get wiped off the earth. All the Aztecs just disappeared, but that's what they tell you as a child. See, Gil needs a tutor, so Gil, he will believe that all the Aztecs got killed. Now, they always try to kill everything. That's happened with my people. They, one of my tribes, they decided, my Cheyenne side, at one point they decided that they just wanted to kill every last one of us, but they didn't. It's very hard to kill every last person. If somebody's going to be smart enough when they see what happened to get the hell away. But the whole thing is that people have to understand that all these civilizations was just either moved or destroyed, but in most cases just moved and a new way of life started. The same thing we do now. Moved in a new way. If you look at, we used to have dirt roads. Now we moved from that, now we're in a new way. Right now we got concrete, and what else? Asphalt and stuff like that. Sometimes we got cobblestone. Still, they go back to the ancient. Some places are brick, but those places are rare, and you have to go through real slow and stuff like that. So who knows what's the next step when they come up with another formula to make a pavement, a thing where you can make pavement. That'll be the next step. So they want, in say 10,000 years from now, you know, if somebody was to look back, they say, oh yeah, look at these old roads back here. I wonder what happened to these people. No, nothing happened to them. We have a route in the United States. It's called Route 66. It was an actual route. It went from, you know, it went different directions, but mainly east and west. And it's just parts of it still exist. But was the main track for people to go from one side of the country to the other. But now it doesn't really exist no more. But they had all kinds of thriving businesses and stuff like that, right? But if even an idiot right now was look back at that, if they went down parts of that road, they'd be like, oh, what happened to the people that used to live here? Wow, must have got destroyed. See, that's what you see, because Earth consumes certain stuff fast. Like if you have a cracked up sidewalk or something, the Earth will start taking it back. It'll start breaking it down. The plants will start busting up. What happened to all the plants will come up through there and start making the rocks smaller and smaller and smaller, or they'll just fold them out. In other words, you ever see a tree come up, and if it was like covered with some kind of cement, it just fall over to the side. So that's what I'm presenting to you, is that the ancient civilizations and stuff like that, they didn't just disappear like that. They just moved on. Yeah. And so people just move on. That's all it is. They didn't wipe out all these. They tried to wipe out everybody, but they didn't wipe out everybody. Speaking of wipe out, I'm not even going to bring it up. But what I'm saying is that you have a past and you have a present. So where does that go from boxing the past and present? See, this is how they tricking us. And I'm just going to throw this out there real quick. Because this way I can get an answer because it's boxing. So now I should get an answer out of somebody. So name this trivia. So name two fighters that fought on the Olympic trail that's fighting now. Name two fighters. I don't care what weight class. And specifically, I would rather you write down two fighters right now that fought each other on the Olympic trail. Present day. Don't say Mike Tyson. Don't bring up Mike Tyson and Roy Jones, and don't bring up nothing, because the fighters that they fought are not fighting. The ones that they fought in the Olympics and something like that. But they, on Olympic trail, I didn't say you made it to the Olympics, but in your amateur career, name fighters that actually fought each other. Then you'll see where we're going while we talk about the past, present, and how they try to fool us today. But anyway, let me get in here and read the nonsense that Gil put down, and let me read the positive things that everybody else put down. Derek Bailey said, salute the Eagles way of boxing. Salute to my brother out there, Yasser Hussein. He said, salute the Eagle. Yasser Hussein, salute at Derek Bailey. Derek Bailey, salute at Yasser Hussein. And then Derek Bailey said, that's a good question. Where did they go? That's right. And then Derek Bailey right back said they shot the noses off of Egypt. I heard that. It's stuff like Gil Cole said, sup Eagles way up. And then Derek Bailey said, salute at Gil Coles. And then Yasser Hussein saluted Gil Coles. And then Gil Coles is right back again at Derek Bailey with the 100. And then he's at Yasser Hussein with the 100. There you go. Derek Bailey said they demoed the buildings. That's what they do. They demolish the buildings. Yeah. And then Gil Cole, what the professor talking about today at Derek Bailey. And then Derek Bailey said, not sure yet. At Gil Cole. So you're not sure? Y'all sure that Gil's crying. Eagles way read up on the people who live in North Central. I don't want to read up on them. Don't need to. As a pro and amateur. No, as a pro. As an amateur. I said, so name some fighters that fought in the amateur ranks that actually fought today. And then second part of that question, name some fighters, any fighter that fought in the amateur that knew fighters that are fighting, and they're fighting today. So they knew them, they fought them, or they knew of them, like that. And so we're going to squash a lot of the stupid shit that people like to bring up. You know what I mean? Then I'll let y'all go ahead and enjoy your President's Day. And else y'all start some crap with me or something like that. And else Gil starts something, which he already come in here starting some shit. But anyway, just name that. We need to get somebody named first. Once we get somebody named, and then we'll go on from there. Then you'll see exactly where we're going. Because that's what I'm talking about, kings. You know, what boxers know about kings. Because what we got to try to do is we got to try to scratch through this. We got to scratch through all this, the whole I'm a king. You see, I don't have a king underneath the crown up there, right? But I'm a king, but Ali up there. And it's like Ali's just like looking down on what the hell is boxing turned into. And I'm going to throw one person out there right now, just so you know, that Shawn Porter, for instance. And that's probably probably the biggest one. And he's not the biggest name, but think about it. Shawn Porter fought who? Did he fight Usyk? Did he actually fight Usyk? Yeah. Shawn Porter. But just think about this. So people know who people are, right? Yeah, Boots and Gary Russell fought each other. Yeah, all the brothers are named Gary too. Yeah, but they call it they all got nicknames. So Shawn fought Usyk. What about Danny? I got to throw clues out now. Who did Danny fight that we know of? And who did Mikey Garcia fight that we know of? This pro right now, Mikey Garcia. Who did he fight this pro right now? And who did Danny Garcia fight this pro right now that we know of? And I'm talking about named people. And I'm talking about people that are named. And we're not going to worry about, okay, the discussion is, now if somebody won and held up their hand, that's fine. But that's not really, we don't want to really go, we don't have to go there. So we don't have to go there about who won what, nothing like that. That's not what the discussion is. We don't have to talk about that. See, we don't have to talk about that. All I want to do is we want to try to close out why these fighters are acting the way that they're acting. That's what we want to do. We want to find out now, why are you acting the way that you acting? Why don't you want to fight this guy? And why don't you want to fight that guy? Because remember, the ancients, all those buildings and shit was demolished. Okay, we just don't get it twisted. They were demolished, and a lot of this stuff was used. Matter of fact, even when I was overseas, what they would do, a lot of times, and this is a real trick that they get you with, is they'll say that there was a city underneath a city. Oh my goodness. Of course there was a city underneath a city, because they just built on top of it. They know it's there. You just dug in and found a back way how to get in there, but they know it's there. You got if you go to Europe, like a lot of like small towns, even some of the big cities, like if you go to Heidelberg, like Heidelberg, Germany, or you go like some small towns in France, what you will see is that the base of the building looks completely different than the rest of it. It's because they took that and built, because it was like the base is good, and they just built on top of it. But to go back to the boxing, so these fighters just pretending, or we're not getting fights, like Bud is acting like he's not interested in certain fighters. Do you think that Bud knew anything about Shawn Porter and the amateurs? And we're not going to really talk about that as much, but that is a nasty subject right there. That's not a good look. Because in this chat room, at least we know about, okay, so in this chat room, we know about the Bob Arum situation. We know that he's a money protector. But now he's doing it blatantly now. He's doing it blatantly. And then you got scary ass Pacquiao. He's getting old and scared now. He's trying to cash out. He's letting everybody know that he wants to cash out now. He's demanding big purses now. And Bob is not trying to give up any money. Like always, Bob has never given up money. But why? So Bob is protecting his interests. Was Bud Crawford, was he familiar with Shawn Porter? Shawn Porter is like a classic example, because Shawn Porter's fault is now you guys starting to see he is a warrior. He's a suspect personality, but he fight everybody. He fight anybody. He fights. But why aren't people allowed to fight him? If he settled down, man, I don't know, Kenny, you got to get his power up. He has a good, strong base, and somebody can work with him on his power. He can get his power up, and then he'd be way dangerous with all his, because he's so unorthodox. See, there go Gil Cole. Yeah, Keith fought Andrade. Yeah, Porter also fought Jacobs in the amateur. Yep, and then Derek Basie. Yep, the Gil Coles. The answer is money. No, we can't go with the money. I'm just saying, these people knew each other, so they know who the kings of the ring were. I'm going to tell you something, and you guys should know this. In the amateurs, everybody was, even though Earl didn't go to the Olympics, everybody was high on Earl. Believe me, they know about Earl Spence. And so do you think that the fighters that's coming up now that knew about each other, do you think the pros that hang out above them didn't know about them also? You don't think Manny knew anything about the amateur fighters coming up? You don't think he looked? He's a so-called legendary fighter. You don't think he looked at people coming up? You don't think Mayweather looked at people coming up? How did he get a hold of Tank Davis? Broner, right? But how did he find out? Did he go back and watch any fights in the archives or nothing? Come on now. We got to stop sleeping on these people like they don't know each other, or they don't know nothing about each other. You think, oh, I don't know them, because they feed us that as pros. Don't they feed us that shit as pros? They feed us. Even Mayweather fed us that. Oh, I never watched his fights. Oh, get the hell all the way out of here. You never seen him in amateur, nothing. You wasn't familiar with him. Here you are 5 feet away from him in some type of forum where somebody's fighting. You're right next to him, but you ain't never seen him. Come on. Who's getting played? There is no money. Again, we don't care about their money because this ain't no damn money. Gil Cole says, Shaw's leaping left hook. Yeah, the leaping left hook. You got to clean that shit up. Yep. Derek Bray said right here that he said, of course he did, Eagle. And then right below, he said, now Pacquiao won $40 million to fight Bud. Look, Pacquiao. Remember, I already wrote his ass off. I told you he's on that trail. I said he cannot have more than 1 or 2 more fights. He cannot. He just can't. And he's realizing that. He's like, damn, I don't have. How many people want him? Like 5 or 6 people want to fight him, 7, 8, no, 10 people, 20 people want to fight him. Now, if he was younger and had the strength, he could probably can get those fights off and win probably a lot of them. I would say at least maybe 80% of them. But he's not there anymore. And so what he's going to do now, he's going to troll. He's going to act like Mikey, and he's going to say, oh, this fighter don't have nothing. This fighter don't have nothing, and this and that. And that's not a good look, Manny, for a Hall of Famer, a future Hall of Famer, to be talking like that. Everybody, oh, Earl's so slow. Earl was so slow. Earl is always so slow. So what does that make Kell Brook? Kell Brook was landing some hands on Bud. But Earl was landing hands on him. So what? It's not adding up. It's just everybody has their way, Derek Bailey. Everybody has like some kind of damn excuse. But if we go back, like I said, you go back, it's like, hey, I know you. I've seen you. Because guess what's going to happen when they sit down with old media, when they sit in front of that camera and the mic is with them? Oh, you fought with him in amateurs, didn't you? Oh. And then guess what? Now the truth had to come out. After you said, oh, I ain't never seen him, or we never fought, or I never seen him, I don't know what he does. See, you lied to us as a pro, you lied to us, but as an amateur, y'all was fighting each other. Y'all was in the same arena with each other. Y'all was fighting at the same venues. Because the amateurs, you guys move around like that, right? Don't you have regional fights and stuff like that, right? You got the silver gloves, golden gloves, right? And you have like the champion, you got the East champion, what? You got the state championship. Then you have the Golden Glove championship, right? People come from all different regions. So if you can pretend like you was never around, and yes, you just didn't have no amateur fights. Yeah, Kell was landing hands on Earl, but what? I don't even want to talk about that, Gil. What was the outcome of the fight? What was the outcome of the fight? What was the outcome? If you're gonna bring that up, what was the outcome? See, I got to show you. You see the outcome up there in the top left. You see the outcome. The outcome was like, I'm on one knee, and certain people get on their knees. I don't know why they do that, but certain people always on their knee, look like they twerking us or whatever. But he's on his knee, holding his face, and the ref is consoling him. Refs don't console you like that. Son, you're going to have a better day. Take up dishwashing or something. Come on, get out. Get the hell out of here. He might have put hands on him, but look what happened. A lot of people touch Earl a little bit. It's a fight. You're going to get touched. But what happens in the long run? Has Earl been touched up to the point where he lost the fight? Has Keith been touched up to the point where he lost the fight? Has Sean Porter been touched up to a point where he lost the fight? Has Danny Garcia been touched up to a point where he lost the fight? All of them have been touched up to where they lost the fight professionally. Bud hasn't, but Bud has somebody that looks like he's an avoider of fights for some reason. But he's hollering about money. Why would you scream about money? And let's not get this twisted. Do you think that Bob Arum, if he wants to be, do you think he's not a good negotiator? You better check back on his track record. Do you think he's not a good negotiator? You think he can't? He don't want to lose money. We know that. But is it really the money? Now, I always talk about the money. Yeah, of course, he protects his money. But his money is his cow. His cash cow is his money. And even though he talks bad about his cash cow, that's his money. But Bob should be able to negotiate up to get Bud the money. All you got to do is go back and forth. You just can't offer somebody like Sean Porter. You can't offer him $1 million and that's it. Because Sean put in the work. You're going to offer him $1 million. Get out of here. Offer Bud $1 million. And offer Sean, 3 or 4. Because Sean on my list is only suspect personality. But Sean will get in there and scrap with you. You know what I mean? Bud, on the other hand, I don't even know. At 147, I don't know if Bud will get in there and scrap with the top dogs yet. I haven't seen him with none of the top dogs. Which top dog at 147 have we seen Bud with? And don't say Brooke. Or do I have to show you again? I'll show you. I'm going to show you anyway. I'll show you because you ain't going to listen. There he is right there. That's Brooke right there, just so you know. I'll clear everybody out just so you can see him. If you want this, if that's what you're thinking, I'll clear everybody out so you'll know who I'm concentrating on. Since somebody brought him up. There he is right there. Gil said, I don't think established fighters care about up-and-coming fighters. They have to. You have to know. Just like any other sport. You think football players don't know the rookie? You think they don't watch the draft? Huh? Basketball players, you think they don't know who's going to make it in the league? Huh? So fighters, they got to know who's going to make it in the league. Get out of here with that, Gil. Stop it. Yeah. He said Bud got him out early. Bud ain't never... I haven't even seen Bud really putting nobody out. I haven't really seen Bud putting nobody out. Bud had to struggle with Gamboa to try to get Gamboa out. I mean, you talking about actually like out? A fighter with one leg, he got him out. Amir Khan quit. Kell Brook quit. People just quit. They quit. If you're making all these people quit, you should be willing. Like you just tell. Okay, this is a good example right here. Okay, so Sean Porter loses to Kell Brook. Right? He loses to Kell Brook. You go and beat up Kell Brook. You should be already like signing up for Bud next. I mean, not Bud, but Porter next. If you look at it like that, oh yeah. I would be saying to myself, oh, you beat Sean Porter and I just mopped you? I want Sean Porter. It's something else. It's something else there. Stop looking at it like that because you're gonna confuse yourself if you look at it like that. You know, because if you look at it like that, that means Bud should already be fighting Porter. We shouldn't have to worry about the money. It should be good offers right there. Because right now, I mean, they're both cooling off. Especially Sean can't afford to really cool off. He's still got a big following because he speaks. He has a voice. He has a little podcast. So that keeps his following up, which is smart. Do something. When you suspect personality, do something to keep your star shining. What is Bud doing, Gil, to keep his star shining? That's a question for Gil. Y'all can answer it too, but that's for Gil. Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna see if that fight actually happened though. And there you go, Derek Bailey. Yeah, EJ knows how to block shit. I don't think EJ still coming forward. He must not be taking that much. Like I said, we have a debate in here. Who won? Did the Ferrari win or did EJ win? And a lot of people think EJ won. and I took up on that side too. I'm like, yeah, you guys got a point. EJ won. If a Ferrari is not beating Earl, then guess what? Shit, it's gonna be hard to beat him. No. When I say Kell put hands on Bud, but they would never. Neither one of them did shit. That was a crap fight. I'll ask anybody who's watching this right now, the Kell Brook fight versus Bud. Let me ask you: would you rather watch that, or would you rather watch Walter Payton highlights? And now he's not even a boxer. Or highlights of the 2000 slam dunk competition. What would you rather watch? Kell Brook versus Bud? That was a crap fight. I mean, I don't know. Everybody got so excited about that fight. I watched that fight a couple times just so I can see. I'm like, that is a garbage fight. It's a garbage fight. I'm sorry. And people go, oh, you getting on Bud? I don't care. Even the punch was garbage. Even the punch. The punch that started getting Kell Brook going, that was garbage. That wasn't that kind of a punch because he landed those same kind of harder punches on little smaller fighters, and they ain't go nowhere. Garbage fight to me. Not complete garbage like that, but I don't want to see it again. That's not an archive fight for me. That's not one I'm holding. Oh, I want to watch this again. I'd rather watch Joe Frazier highlights than that. Joe Frazier versus my boy. Let's see. I'm gonna show you. I'll show you what I'd rather watch again. Yeah. Right there. I'd rather watch that again. I'd rather watch somebody standing up and taking a big shot. And I compared this before. I'd rather see somebody right there taking a shot like that and be out and still coming back fighting. That's more exciting to me. Because Joe Frazier's standing up in the pocket like, I want this. What you got for me? He just bouncing like what? Huh? You need something else? That's why I'd rather watch that than to watch the Bud fight. I'd rather watch this whole fight. Even though, we know he got stopped. I'd rather watch that. And that's an old school fight. I'd rather watch that than to watch Bud versus Cael. I would watch Bud versus Earl over Bud versus, not Bud versus. I would watch Cael versus Earl over Bud versus Cael for sure. Yep. See how smart Gil is, Derek? I said that those other sports aren't boxing. And that's exactly what I said. I said I'd rather watch something that's not even boxing related than watch that. Oh, I didn't even hear about that when I even watched it. I don't keep up with him, Derek, buddy, because he just gets on my nerves for not fighting Charlotte. He said he took Sarah lost Mel's belt this weekend. That's a damn shame. Thanks a lot, Derek, for keeping up with boxing even more than me on that. I had to work, so is Mel going to get the other belt next? I don't even know. But like I just said, we know these fighters know each other. So the point is that these fighters know each other. They know each other. So to Sarah, he knows about Mel, and whoever got the belt right now, who got the belt, Derek? He know about Mel too. Yeah, look. Derek Bray said, I'll watch Peyton and Dorsett highlights. Yeah, that fight wasn't. Who's actually talking about that fight? I'm going to tell you what stays in the conversation more. The fight with Earl and Danny stays in the conversation more. The fight with Earl and Sean Porter stays in the conversation more. The fight with Earl and Mikey Garcia stays in the conversation more. There's a lot of fights that stay in the conversation more. You don't hardly ever hear anybody bring up the Kell Brook versus Bud fight or the Khan fight. Because in the Khan fight, we got conned. And then in the Kell Brook fight, we got conned again. This is like even Timothy Bradley is smart enough. And matter of fact, Sean Porter is smart enough to know. Sean Porter said that Kell Brook laid down. That's what Sean Porter said. And he willing to fight Bud the Show. He said, I ain't going to lay down like that. He said, if you desperation, you fighting, you going to try to do anything to get that W. And Sean wild enough, Sean said, yeah, I would have tackled his ass or something. Hold on. You try to get your senses back. You don't just, I'm done. Act like you don't understand what the ref's saying. Like, come on now, what's in your mind? You know what the ref is saying. Just think about it. Even if your parents, if your mom was whooping your ass and she was asking you a question at the same time. Like she said, you gonna do that? You ain't gonna do that tomorrow, are you? Do you think you're not gonna understand what she's saying? Are you gonna answer her even though you're getting your ass whooped? Are you gonna have enough strength to say, no, Ma, I ain't gonna never do that shit no more? Are you gonna have enough strength for that? Or are you gonna be so delirious? Well, I can't answer, and just take and just finish taking a big smash down. Man, get all the way. When I say all the way, I mean get all the way the F up out of here. Yeah, but we're gonna see if Mel can get the belt. Mel said they know how to see. This is the thing: is Mel said they know how to contact them. Boxers know how to get in touch with other boxers. We got to stop thinking that they don't know how to get in touch with them. Like, oh, they not getting in touch with each other. They not communicating. They not trying to get the fight done. Somebody's not. And then everybody wants to take a side. Like, I'm going to take Bud's side. No, Earl don't want Bud. And then somebody going to take Earl's side. Bud don't want Earl. Earl don't want Bud. It's going to go back and forth. But we got to understand that they know how to get in contact with each other. If they was talking face to face about their money, and we know who got the most money, and I'm not even pocket checking, but we already know because Bud's still in that contract. I don't care. Still pay your way out the contract. Aram is trying to starve Bud out for some reason. I don't know. I don't know if it's because he's getting older. I don't know. He's just trying to starve him out. Trying to get just that fight so Bud can get paid and the other fighter's going to get the minimum wage. That's all he's trying to do. And we can see that. Ain't nobody stupid. We can see it. Gil Cole's down there crying. Yeah. But you're right, Derek Bailey. I watched Peyton Dorsett is right. I'd rather listen to Trey X call the Bud versus Kale fight. Okay, well, go ahead. If you know where, if you go to Marlo's Corner, and you know what show that is, Gil, you go check that out. If that's what you would rather listen to that, and Gil's full of shit. So don't even believe Gil anyway. Gil's a damn lie. I'm calling out somebody who's in my audience who's a mod. I'm calling him a liar. He's a liar. Yeah. Okay, so we'll put the rest of the sentence down there then, y'all sir. Since y'all sir gonna come back in here with his crap, then y'all sir put everything down. Don't just say that. Put the rest of your statement down. Because he says Kale didn't get paid enough to take that trashing, whereas Khan, he's just crying and laughing. But what happened though, Derek Bay? Y'all laughing about it. But what happened though? Khan got paid. They both got paid. Shit. You signed up for it. I didn't sign your ass up for it. And y'all see who I got on the screen. Y'all like, is that the king? Is that what our king looks like now? I'm not going to get into the Maul thing either. The Maul with Benavidez, I'm not going to get into that. Because like I said, Maul can fight who he want to. Benavidez, go fight Plant. Just fight somebody in your weight class, man. Stop acting like you're not going to make the weight coming down. You're not even making the weight up there. Put up a 1 if you think that Benavidez can make 160. I don't even know why I'm even asking that question. But put up a 1 if you think that he can make 160. Benavidez. David Benavidez, if he's going to make 160. Put it up. Yeah. That's just plain. Hopefully I get the right answer out of that. Okay, so that's the rest of it. Also, so this is the rest from y'all sir. Y'all sir said that Khan got paid more than enough not to quit and lie his way out of it. Yeah. No, I'm saying, Derek Bay, if he's my question is, to put up a 1 if you think his ass can make 160. No, it's not. This is my my homepage, Gil. I just put everybody else up there. Ali is the greatest. So Ali can go on any page. He don't matter if it's a championship page, fraud page, or just a opening page, or when we do the opening of the show, Ali can go there. He's not in that part of the discussion. He's only going to be in the championship part of any discussion. He's going to look down on people that think they're a king. If you notice that he's looking down at that king like that's really a king, right? Does that king look like he really wanted? And that's what I'm saying. That these fighters right now, are they really looking like they want it? Everybody said, was he ever 160? Yeah, he's 160 when he was about 12, 13 years old. He used to be a heavyweight, man. He used to be a heavyweight. So my question was, Does he ever make 160? Why are you talking about a fight that that your ass can't get down? You can't even get your weight down. And all you're going to do is end up getting clowned because Charlos ain't going to do nothing but clown your ass in the first place. They just going to mess with you and clown you. Just go fight. Who does he have anybody to fight? Who's at 175 weight to fight? You right there, man. He's been like above, but look, just check him out. Let's check it. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Yeah, since y'all done bought it up, now we're gonna look. We're gonna look for sure. Let me see. Maybe I can find. Maybe I can find it in here. Okay, so I was asking about the 160, right? Okay, so this was so he was 2.8 pounds over the 168 pound limit. Yep. We already know that he just lost 3 pounds. Come on, 3 pounds at 168, 3 pounds, okay? So you coming in dehydrated at 168 and you ain't making 168. But how in the hell are you going to make... You see what I mean? How are you going to make weight? I'm trying to find the weight. I'm trying to find... Because I know that I watched a special or something like that. Okay, there it is. Okay, so he at 5'5", he was at 5'5", he weighed 250 pounds. So if you think that at 5'5", he weighed 250, that at the end of his career that he ain't gonna probably hit like 350 or over 300, then you're mistaken. He talked himself out of eating. But if you're thinking about it, is he really talking himself out of eating? If you used to be 250 at 5'5", come on. Think about it. Somebody give me some kind of logic, anything that's logical, just so I can digest. So the chat, come on, stand up and be a champ. I want somebody in Eagles Web to stand up and be a champ today, and give me some kind of scenario or something. Give me anything, a statement, anything. Just give me anything about Benavidez that makes you think that he's not going. At one point, he's not going to blow his ass up to over 200 pounds. Somebody give me something. Hard work, dedication. Come on, give me something. We all heard the same stories before. Hard work, dedication. We all hear all these different stories. But I didn't want to get on the man's weight, but it's just brought up. How are you gonna make 160? You used to at 15 years old. You was 5'5", and what I say, he started losing weight at 16. Or shit, he was a heavyweight already at 15, 16. So, what are you gonna do? Are you already fighting overweight at the weight that you said you're gonna fight? And why aren't you? If you was 5'5", 250, why aren't you just fighting heavyweight? That's not the next question. Why is he not fighting? And I'm not putting it out there. Derek Brady, did you see? I'm gonna go all the way down to what Gil says. He said Eagles Web hoping Benavidez don't make weight. No, I'm not hoping. I'm asking, what is the likelihood? Okay, what is the likelihood, Gil? Derek Brady said, no, I don't think Benavidez want to do that. That he don't want to lose that much weight. But I'm asking now. The question is to Gil. So nobody else got to answer this. So the question is to Gil. So Gil Cole, you was just 3 pounds overweight at a 168 weight limit, but you're going to make 160 as Benavidez. What's the likelihood for you? What's the likelihood that he's going to make 160? Okay, so we'll wait for Gil, because we know Gil is full of what, Derek, and you can put it down if you want to. I'm surprised you don't smack him around a little bit, but you gotta let him know. You gotta let him know, champ. that, you know, he lost his belt. He tried to come back and get it, and he failed again. And so Gil came over. No, no, no. That's not the answer. He gonna come back talking about, please, David. No, no, no. I'm asking you a question. Will somebody repeat the question to Gil? Because maybe he's not hearing the words that are coming out of my mouth. The likelihood, Gil. What's the likelihood? Don't say please. And I'm tired of I'm tired of getting stressed out over fights because of certain fighters. I'm tired of this shit. The Tank Davis, I was tired of that. I'm like, oh, come on, Tank, are you? Because he's still looking, because he's taking off, he don't even have clothes on, he's still taking off clothes to make weight. I'm like, not this again. I'm like, come on now. Come on. Yeah, there we go. That's what I thought, Derek Bailey. I thought he would do that. Yep, exactly what he's doing. Huh? The tactics of Gil. That's the part of this topic, a part of this discussion is the tactics of Gil Coles. It's not even Eagles way of boxing, it's the tactics of Gil Coles. His tactics, his misleading tactics to hide and be evasive. So he's being very evasive right now. He said Benavidez is a problem for Maul. Yeah, he's a fat problem right now. He is a problem. He's a problem for anybody that's in 160 and down. Of course. He's tall, rangy, and fat. You're going to come in at 255. Get out of here. There's weight classes for a reason. I don't see him as a problem as you see him as. I don't see the same kind of a problem. He's kind of slick because of his style. And one thing he has going in his favor is he's comfortable in the ring. As soon as somebody makes him uncomfortable, it's over with. But right now he's comfortable. And how do you make a fighter uncomfortable, Derek Bailey, in the ring? What kind of things do you do? Let's name some things. Yasser Hussein, name some things that makes a fighter uncomfortable in the ring. How do you get a fighter uncomfortable in the ring? So we had to dig back. Oh, somebody just subscribed? Okay. There you go. Danny, come down and talk to it. Yes, sir. We got a new subscriber up in here, y'all. I don't know why he didn't get the... Sorry, you didn't get this. You should have got the... what you call it? But they not working. For some reason. There we go. Yeah. So as we in here having a discussion, we had a subscriber right now, which is cool. We'll see once he starts joining. He'll see what y'all about. He'll know that you guys ain't just here just to stomp people out. So the question being for these kings and stuff, because we already know that these fighters, they knew each other from the amateurs, or they heard about each other, and I'm gonna stop letting them try to get away like they don't know shit. Mayweather pulled that shit off, and a lot of fighters pulled that off. Sugar Ray Leonard would never say no shit like that. Sugar Ray Robinson would never say no shit like that. Muhammad Ali would never do nothing like that. That's why you guys aren't the championship caliber, because you guys are so full of you know what. You guys go, I ain't never seen him fight before. I ain't never. Shut your stupid ass up and stop trying to play us. But anyway, Benavidez is a problem for. He's a problem for anybody. But we're gonna. He's not a problem if he don't. He's. Matter of fact, I was gonna bring up the problem. AB. We'll talk about AB later, though. But so far, right now, what do you guys think on AB? So we got another question, real quick. AB, upcoming fight. What do we think? Win, lose, draw, don't know. Does he still have it? What? But we're gonna get into AB, but maybe not today. We're not gonna get into AB because I want y'all to enjoy your holiday. Y'all can't just stay with me on the holiday. I'm tired of y'all on the holiday. Yeah, but let's get down. So Derek Bailey says pressure. There you go. A pressure that oh shit, a pressure that he's not comfortable because you're putting pressure on him. But it has to be the correct pressure because maybe he's comfortable with certain pressure. So we'll dig into a little bit deeper. Derek Bailey again. He said hit him with something they don't like. There you go. With Earl Spence versus Benavidez, Earl Spence is going to dig to the body. I know he don't like body shots. He does not like body shots. Gil Cole says, please, David, don't call Maul out no more. I'm not even talking. What are you talking about? Call outs? Okay, Derek, you're paying attention to the conversation. Gil is way off. He's talking about something else. Rough him up. There you go. So if a fighter's comfortable, like I'm comfortable, like, oh yeah, whatever you do, I got my hands out on you to push you off and jab you out the way, and I'm good. I'm moving. I'm like, I feel this. This ain't nothing. You hit me with a couple of hard shots, or what? But I'm still good. I'm comfortable. But now what happens when I'm comfortable with Derek Bailey? Derek Bailey says a pressure. So now I'm keeping this. So I'm keeping that jab from working now. Now that jab is not working no more. Like, oh shit, because I done pressurized and got too close. Oh shit, you're too close. I can't push you off like I want to. So I can't maneuver like I want to. I've been stepping around, but now you done got used to me too. So that's one thing, the pressure. That's a good one. And I done took all your good shots and stuff. Now I get hit with something that I would never expecting. Sean Porter is good at doing stuff like that, like overhand, leaping left hooks, headbutting, diving into you. That's one thing that you take away from a fighter that's comfortable. So what you're doing is you're giving me the keys to beat David Benavidez. What type of fighter beats him? Is a fighter that makes you uncomfortable. Think about it. You think Maul does not make comfortable fighters uncomfortable? He'll get in your chest because it's not that good of a fight. It's not as good a fight as people think it is. Because Maul he's more of he likes to counterpunch you. He will come to beat you up, but he likes to counterpunch you. He wants to land something. That's why he's telling them that you're going to make you run into something, because that's what he likes to do. It might start off, it might just be boring. I don't know. I would say the best thing for Maul to do if that fight ever happens, just come out crazy. Come out with an overhand and make him fight. So hit him with a couple of hard shots in the first round, get the crowd oohing and on, make him come forward, and then that's your fight. Gil Cole said he don't know about AB. Oh shit, y'all sir, he say AB gonna win, I hope, and then he crying. Okay, but so we're not really gonna talk that much about AB, but I'll look into it. Maybe we'll break it down. But AB is he said about what he said about something about billions. No, he didn't say that on the interview right now. He said something about something about business. He said something because he always puts something for AB, but he said AB is something else now. So he kicked over the whole about billions thing. So he better be about boxing. He has a good one, AB, about boxing. He should. So if he comes in and he's about boxing, then we can look forward to something good. And I see Derek Bailey down there shouting. He like, AB winning this weekend. Okay, well, I'm gonna go with yes, sir. I hope. I told you, man. The thing about AB is like he's like a relative, like a little sibling. He's like a relative that you like. He's always in some kind of trouble, but you want him to steer the right way. You want him to do something the right way, and he just never does. And you just keep hoping. Even Gil Cole's down. He said AB better win. See if I'm saying, man. Remember some years ago, if we had a discussion or whatever like that, not necessarily here, but if anybody discussed about AB, everybody was behind AB. Like, oh yeah, AB got this, and then it was just like one failure after another. So now the talk with AB is now everybody's on hope. Everybody's on hope, and AB better win. But this came across my desk too, though. So I don't know if you guys heard this or you guys looked into this. AB may have been cheated against Maidana. And it's a question. So I want nobody coming into the damn chat tomorrow. He talking about AB was cheating. I said, did anybody hear that? Damn, everybody said Warrington got KTFO this weekend, and no one saw that coming. See, that's what happens. Y'all sir said everybody got one cousin or friend like AB in real life. Yeah. Were you just hoping out for him? You want him to do better and stuff like that? Oh, come on, brother. Please, this time, please don't let it be. Have you ever sat at home and just, you knew somebody in your family's in trouble, nobody told you what it was, but you're like, oh, shit. I hope it's not such and such. You just hope it's not them. And and you know it's them, but you got to hope. Like, man, don't let it be him. Don't let it be him. It's him. AB's that one that's him. That's him. Yep. Yeah, he said facts. Yep. Derek Bay said facts. Said, y'all, sir. Yep. Gil Cole said, not me. Oh, you ain't got nobody in your family like that, Gil? Derek Bailey said, nope. But oh, AB, man, AB is just that. He's that type, man. He's like your little sibling. He's like somebody in your family that you just got to look out for. And you know what? That's one thing that what propels him forward out of everything. That propels him a little bit further than other people. And I'm not glorifying him, nothing like that. But what it does is if you're relatable, you know what I mean? So if you're relatable, what happens when you're relatable is that you have people sticking behind you that probably wouldn't stick behind you. They probably just wouldn't. But he's relatable to that little that family member that had the missing pieces. And so that's what the appeal is. Oh, say so, y'all, sir, did hear. I didn't, like I said, y'all, sir, I wasn't bringing it up so anybody can be like, so we can like open it up and explore it, but it makes sense. It makes sense. It's the same kind of gloves Mayweather didn't fight him in apparently. So y'all did hear that. And we remember that after that loss, that was like so after that loss, we know that was the spiraling down point for AB. Even though I'm not going to bring that, I'm getting tired of all these different glove gates and all this shit. I don't want to bring all this stuff up, but if you think that boxing is 100% legit to where there's no cheating, if you think sports and entertainment that there's no cheating and nothing like that, then I can't really feel bad for you. You know, I don't feel bad for you, but I'll put it like this. And I would let Derek talk to you, but I'm gonna tell you right now. So I don't feel bad for you, but I hope your condition gets better. That's all I can say. I hope your condition gets better. And matter of fact, if we're going to talk, see, I really didn't want to do this, but if you're going to talk about gloves, like even like when they talk about some gloves, you got manufacturers of gloves, they have to sell gloves, right? So if you're catering to a certain type of fighter, it only makes sense, right? If you got to explore it, right? So it makes sense. So if most Mexican fighters are just brawlers and punchers, what kind of gloves are probably going to most suit them? What kind of gloves? Which manufacturer are they going to get gloves from? A glove company that makes gloves for people that box, stick and move, or people just heavy-handed and just clubber lane type fighters? See? And that goes even like for the East Coast fighter, West Coast fighter, and different fighters. What gloves? So people, they choose different gloves because they know the reason. The fighters know what kind of gloves are going to come out of a certain place. Of course, if you get Reyes, who fights in Reyes? Nobody wants to be hit with Reyes gloves, right? But you got other companies coming up now too, though. But just that point right there, see. Hey, y'all sort of said AB wouldn't let his hands go after that fight. Man, got trigger shy. Yeah, he definitely got. Yeah, he got trigger shy. And I agree with that one, y'all sir. Y'all sir, he got trigger shy. He the one that hey, you gotta let your hand go. Okay, so speaking of trigger shy, y'all sir, what happened to what happened to Danny Garcia versus Earl Spence? He did throw hands, but I don't know. Was he trigger shy? You can't fight a couple of rounds and then expect to win a fight, especially when your dad know you was losing too. But I don't know. I don't know if I can have that as my dad. Angel Garcia, the way he talked to his son. But his son's so used to him though. But you respect your parents. But God dang man, he just talked to him like you wouldn't do it shit. Yo, you throw punches. Man, it's hard. It's always easy for people to say how slow Earl is and throw punches and land. But you got to realize Earl is actually dictating the fight. If you're landing punches on him, guess what? He's dictating that fight. When he boxed Mikey wasn't getting them punches off. Why? See, people keep forgetting. From fight to fight, you forget what the fighter. You forget about him. If Earl don't want to get hit, he ain't gonna get hit. Or if he gets hit, he knows what he's getting hit with. That's the difference. The intelligence in boxing. We're not breaking that down yet. We're just taking step by step and just. I wanted y'all to see. We started with the ancient ruins and people disappearing, and no, they still here. They just tear shit up. It's the same thing. If your house start getting old, they just gonna come knock it down. Even if they don't build it on the exact site, and then somebody comes by 200 years later, I wonder what happened to this house. What happened to this family? They're extinct or something. Now, don't be stupid. When you dig up a basement, they just abandoned it. They didn't maintain it. Something went wrong. They outgrew it. Young Sir Hussein said, I thought Danny was outclassed. Well, a Ferrari whooping to make you, it turns you into a different fighter, even if you're not 100%. But Derek Brother, you're right. He said Mexicans. If I'm gonna make certain kind of gloves, it's gonna go over Mexicans. It's like it's this old. It's something that's been here. Is demand. You know, it's consumer demand. You don't have a whole lot of Mexican boxers be moving around, sticking, boom, boom, boom. They want to stand in the pocket and just bang and have short careers. And I just want to throw this out there. I know and yeah, I'm hating. If you want to call me hating, because I like Salvador Sanchez. That's my favorite Mexican fighter. Sorry, even though he beat up one of my other fighters, Danny Lopez, big heavy puncher. But here, I'm gonna tell you something. Now, you read into this the way you want to. You can take my opine and you can say, yeah, Eagle, you're right. Or you can say, oh, Eagle, you're wrong about that. But Julio Cesar Chavez fought he went about 80-0, something like that, before he fought Pernell Whitaker, which he got his ass mopped. And they still gave him a draw, which was straight up BS. But if you notice, every fight after Pernell, when he was fighting like the good fighters over here, it makes you wonder how he got an 80-0, because everybody he fought, he was getting his ass whooped. When he fought Randall, he got his ass whooped twice. He got his ass whooped. And he quit the second one. The first one, he just got knocked down and got beat up. The second one, he was about to get beat up, but he was up on cars, so he started off fast, but he started to get busted up. And Randall was about to beat him up again. Randall even said, I was about to knock his ass out. That would have been the first time he got knocked out, right? Then he fought De La Hoya. He just started getting beat up. Why all of a sudden, you don't just all of a sudden start getting beat up. If you're 80-0, you got to show that why you're 80-0. I'm 80-0, and this is why. But I'm telling you, even the worst ripoff, Richard Steele stopped the fight. He was fighting. I know this just we got to bring certain stuff up. Meldrick Taylor was beating him up. This outclassed him, outboxed him. But Meldrick Taylor had suffered a little bit of BCD. So he took a shot, went down, and there's hardly any time left. That even he could have got knocked down twice, and still won the fight. He was way ahead of on the fight. So Richard Steele looks at him and asks him some question, and then he just waves it off like, "Oh no, you're not answering me." And Meldrick Taylor's like, "What? What the hell are you doing? I'm in the fight. My mind is good. What?" But Richard Steele just waved it off. Now, we're not going to go to the other side of why he was allowed and who was in charge of the promotions. We're not going to go through all that because we look at boxing. Hey, this is our sport. So we look at it side by side, step by step. We got to look at it like that. But I don't, in my opinion, I don't feel he was as great as what people say he was. I just don't. Because clearly I've seen at least 3 fights that he should have lost. Well, he did lose one of them because they couldn't deny Randall. They couldn't deny Frankie Randall. But, and then Frankie Randall's career took a dive. It went elsewhere after that. But the main 3 fights was the Meldrick Taylor, Pernell Whitaker, and Frankie Randall. Those showed me what Chavez was really about. That really showed me what he had. Like, you don't have as much power as people think you got, and you don't have the boxing IQ that people think you have. And I don't care if somebody thinks I'm crapping on Legend, then I don't care. You just think whatever you want to. I'm just saying what I've seen. Is that you wasn't as great as what people think you are. Yeah. Yeah, but Danny's outclassed. Earl used his jab more effectively versus Danny than with Sean. Yeah. Earl could use his jab, like I said. And a lot of people, so you sleep on Earl if you want to. And I don't give none of the fighters, I'm not big up in any of them, but I got to give them the credit for what the credit is due. Now, if you're quitting fights and shit, I can't. Like, Khan, you quitting fights, I can't give you credit. You quitting fights. Kell Brook, I can't give you. 3 fights you got stopped or lost. To the same kind of a thing where your corner stopped it, you stopped your own self, the ref stopped it. Man, come on now. Stop it. You're not great. You threw all that shit at us like you was great. Oh, yeah, I'm great. And you had people hyped up. Oh, yeah, he's great. He's a good fighter, man. He's great, man. I've seen him fight before, blah, blah, blah. And get people going, and then you end up not great. You end up on some BS. Because that's why I said boxing exploring. It said what boxers know about the Kings. These fighters have been knowing about each other as amateurs, so they know each other. They know who the Kings are. And we're talking about we're keeping the boxer side because we could talk about the Arams, but we already know about the Aram. We know Aram is somebody who don't want to give up the money. I got a contract with Gil Cole. He don't want to give up the money. I pay him good. Don't know Derek Bailey. I pay him good enough. I pay him good enough to come in here, but he's gonna badmouth me, right? But then, believe it or not, he will get home. He will humble himself. He'll come back. He's all Eagle did. He'll talk to me. He'll talk to me like a champ. He will talk to me like a champ. And here he'll just talk to me greasy. He said, "Yeah, Eagle Webb, you crapping on a legend." He cried. Okay, well, hey, if that's your opinion about it, I already stated my case. I said, if you think I'm crapping on your legend, I mean, that's just one man versus another. Then you just have to feel that way. I'm sorry. With those instances. Now, had it happened one time, if it was a close call or something one time, I would have gave him the benefit of the doubt. But when I'm watching you get your ass whooped 4 times, now I got to step back and look. I got to reassess. Like, nah, I don't know. You just ain't that kind of, fighter. Should have fought. If he thought he won against Sweet Pea, then why in the hell didn't Sweet Pea get the rematch? Matter of fact, so we wasn't even going to talk about your ass, Chavez, but now we got to talk about you because my chat is messing with me. Okay, so why didn't Chavez, if he thought he won the fight against Whitaker, how come he didn't fight him again? And let's do some speculation. What would have happened if Chavez fought Whitaker for a second time? What would have happened? and then I'm gonna give you my opinion about it. What do you think? So I'm gonna give you guys about a minute. If Whitaker would have fought Chavez a second time, what do you think would have happened? And then you can start lining up other fights after that. You can line up whoever you want to. What would have happened? As a matter of fact, Whitaker, in a lot of people's opinion, actually beat De La Hoya's ass. The only true loss, he had a couple of losses, but he did lose to Trinidad because he's old. He didn't have the reflexes no more. But I'm going to give you all that chance. Hey, don't start no shit in here, y'all, sir. Y'all, sir. You see what he wrote down there, Derek? He said, y'all, sir, Hussein said, Eagle in Derek trying to lowball Gil. And he cried. Yeah, that's right. Derek Bailey said, yeah, he said, yeah, Gil get paid. Gil get paid enough. And now, if I was in love with champions and shit like that, even from the past, I wouldn't throw none of their information out there like I do, right? Now, don't think I don't like Chavez. I'm just saying, I like Chavez. I like his warriorism, but he was not as great as what people think he is. That's what I was saying. And I gave y'all look at Gil way at the bottom. Now see, Gil interrupted me. Gil down at the bottom talking about I need 40 million. See, Gil, hey y'all, hey, does Gil deserve 40 million? Y'all, is he outpricing himself? Gil is his own. Hey, but look, Gil is his own promoter, y'all, right? So Gil is his own promoter, and so he as a promoter in the champ, he's trying to do two things. And he just don't know his worth, man. But I'm trying to give y'all a question, and Derek Bailey looked like Derek Bailey actually is the only one that answered it. So Derek Bailey said Chavez would have gotten triple whoops. I think Chavez he knew he was gonna get knocked out because if you notice, Whitaker learned everything about Chavez that he needed to know. Chavez didn't learn shit about Whitaker and couldn't because Whitaker was too crafty. And he would have definitely knocked him out because he did stagger him once, and he was catching his ass with some shots. And all that would have did was make Whitaker even mad. Because if one thing about Whitaker, if you made him mad, he could put your ass to sleep. In which they should have had another. They should have had another fight. Anytime you have a champion that you glorify and they duck smoke, then you got to kind of put an asterisk by it. Now, when you kind of duck this smoke. I'm not saying because you just didn't fight a fighter. That's one thing. Because no fighter has fought every fight that he should have fought. But if somebody has a re-up, if somebody deserves a re-up and you don't give it to him, then I got to put an asterisk by your name because he deserved a re-up, and you didn't give him that re-up. And the reason he didn't get the re-up is just like Derek Bailey said, is he would have got triple whooped. He would have got that ass whooped. That's all that was. Y'all think Gil deserve a raise? There ain't nobody trying to give Gil no raise. He asking for the 40. He like Pacquiao now, asking for the 40. See, when you show your cards like that, so Pacquiao, you showing your desperation. I need money cards, and we in Eagles Web we don't fall for that. You're not welcome to our chat. Your friends ain't welcome to the chat. You guys can come in, but if you say the wrong thing, we probably gonna smash you or something like that. But for you. We respect you and we back you. We got mods in here that like you a lot more than I do. But the thing about it is that we are not on no bullshit with you. So, and maybe some people are, but we're not on the same shit that other people are with you. So we're sorry about that. Because we're not on that 40 million and all that. We're not on that. And you just mouthpiecing and saying which fighter's too slow and shit like that. And Earl would have been your best. Earl's your best choice out of anybody as far as money. Because he's already proved that you can fight in Dallas. With how many fans? You probably can still get 25, 50, 70,000. And you're there? Shit, you might get 50,000 fans up in there. How much money are you going to generate, Manny Pacquiao? Are you slow? Is Manny Pacquiao slow, y'all? This is question. Is Manny Pacquiao slower than what he used to be? Okay, Derek. Derek down at the bottom. Derek said Chavez learned he couldn't beat Sweet Pea. That's what he learned. I said I was when I was saying that he didn't learn nothing about Sweet Pea, I meant that he didn't learn like any kind of like I can do this against him. He didn't learn shit that he can do against him because he couldn't do shit. He would have got that ass whooped, and then people would not be talking about Chavez the way they talk about him. Because that would have been an ass whooping. And then Randall would have whooped his ass right after that. Because then they wouldn't have been compelled to, cheat Randall or try to cheat him on the second fight. He would just beat him up the first time, and then he would just beat him up the second time. And then he probably that would have been it. 3 ass whoopings in a row. Or actually, if Meldrick Taylor, if they would have let him get his win, and then let Sweet Pea get his win, and then let him re-up after Sweet Pea beat him, then let him re-up and get his ass whooped again, and then fight Randall 2 times and get 2 more ass whooping, we would have never even seen the De La Hoya fight. That's all I'm saying. But these fighters know, even Chavez know, they believe me, they do you don't have to do research, but you know who the hell's right behind you. Because they always ask you, what do you think about this up and coming heavyweight fighter? Oh yeah, I've seen him. He's good, strong. He's gonna be good. He's gonna be somebody to watch out for. A smart, real champion. You're gonna say that one of the up and coming fighters is gonna be somebody to watch out for. They're not gonna be the hiding type, like, oh, I ain't never seen him fight before. Y'all know what I wanted to put up. I didn't want to really use this. I didn't really want to put up the lion with the girl bow in his hair. What I really wanted to put up, I couldn't find one. I couldn't find one that I didn't have to own. Is I wanted to put up the. I don't even know if you heard. This is real old. This is like 1800s or something. 19. I think 1920s when they did the silent movie. I wanted to put up the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That's what I wanted to put up. But since I couldn't get it, I didn't even bring that up, the scenario up, because you fighters, that's what you guys are acting like. You're acting like Dr. Jekyll, and we know Dr. Jekyll was mild-mannered, like, well, how you doing today? Oh, I'm going to take care of you. And we know that Mr. Hyde was crazy. It's like, you know, like a werewolf or something. He's crazy. He'll kill you. So you fighters are acting like Mr. Hyde, but you're really Dr. Jekyll. You're acting like killers, but hopefully we're gonna learn about AB, and we're gonna talk about probably next show we can talk about AB. We never clear these. The slate is never cleared in Eagles Web. It's never clear. We never can clear the air in Eagles Web because this stuff is still gonna resurface, because later on I'm gonna say Derek Bailey down the road. I'm gonna say Derek Bailey. When did we talk about that? I said, didn't we talk about that before, about these fighters knowing each other and everything else? Didn't we clear all that? Because we even started with the ancient ruins and all that. That people don't just disappear. People just destroy shit. See, and that's where it is, man. Is that these kings and Benavidez, stop it. You can't. You're not gonna make weight. I don't trust you if you already like. Oh, I put it this way: if we take David Benavidez serious, put it this way: for your last fight, you was 13 pounds overweight. Now y'all figure that out for yourself. For your last fight, David Benavidez, you was 13 pounds overweight. But you're gonna make weight this time. You was 13 pounds overweight. And if you don't know where I got the 13 from, I don't really feel bad for you. But open up your mind a little bit at Eagles Web Boxing, because we talk grown folks chat. All right? But anyway, y'all, enjoy your holiday. We stayed about 40 minutes longer than we were supposed to. I wanted to try to get a wrap on that. It should have been a wrap-up, easy wrap-up. But like I said, we always get somebody in here with the controversy. Anyway, my shout out to all the real people that I see. And my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. This is a holiday, man, on a Monday. Celebrate your holiday, or just celebrate your loved ones. And y'all know what it is, man. Nothing but blessings. Yup. You already know I'll still be here. You know, you already know. Eagles, he's here just for a second. And let the stream catch up and make sure we don't cut off anything that's important to us. So that's why I usually stay up in here. Just for a second at least. But I see y'all out there. I see y'all peacing out. Y'all know what it is. I'm gonna catch y'all, man.